Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have for you the Fenty Beauty Matte Foundation review and wear test. So this is a Profiltr, soft matte long wear foundation. Shake well. I'll be a good little girl and I'll do what I'm told and shake well. So I don't know how many shades this comes in, but you get 32 mils, 1.08 ounces. So that's a little bit over the standard, and I'm in the shade 250. We're going to see how long this lasts. I have oily skin for reference, so a lot of oil here, and I'm going to go with my standard primer that I've been using for a really long time that I can trust and rely on so that it's not going to mess with the wear or longevity of the foundation or anything, and that would be the Hourglass Mineral Veil primer. So what this does is essentially airbrushes the face. So just put a little on there, and it blurs imperfections. It makes the face look airbrushed, and it really does a great job with extending the wear time of foundation, and it works super well on oily skin. Okay, we're primed and ready to go. So I'm going to take this. It's a sort of a frosted glass. Yeah, it's frosted glass, and here's the packaging. Comes with a pump, and I lost the cap, but it tells you your shade on the bottom. So I'm just going to take 3 pumps. Here's the consistency. It's runny, but not too runny. So it's between thick and thin. And I don't know if this oxidizes, but we shall see. So I'm just going to take my beauty blender and start applying this to the skin. Oh, it looks like to be a good shade match. Get it on the ears, drag it down the neck, get the forehead. So how is everyone today? Are you happy with my consistent uploading? I hope so. I feel lonely, like I'm talking to no one. I'm talking to you guys. Alright, this feels just like essentially a moisturizer. It has a really soft scent. Nothing crazy that's going to agitate anybody. It actually smells really, really good. Like a really, really good smelling SPF, but just super light. So essentially I'm getting full coverage with, and I still have a ton of product left. So essentially all my texture is blurred out except this one little area. We'll try to build that up. So this is what it looks like before. And after applying, let's continue to do this side. Same thing, the beauty blender. Just getting all on the forehead, bringing it down on the ear and dragging it down the neck. You essentially don't want to go in and drag the beauty blender around in circles or anything. That will cause micro exfoliation, which we do not want. I'm just going to take the rest of the product and sort of build it on both sides where I need the coverage and just bounce this on or stipple it in with the sponge. I'm getting super great coverage from this. I really love the finish, the consistency, the fact that it's super lightweight. My dogs literally bark at everything, so you don't have to worry. My daughter will let them out right now. So guys, what do you think? Skin up close. Everything's blurred out. You saw my texture, my acne. It's all completely blurred. I'm at full coverage. My skin, let's have a look at it. Up close, I mean, I don't even feel like I need concealer, but I'll still use it anyway. It looks like it does oxidize a bit, so go a shade lighter, but this has settled down almost to a complete matte finish. So I still need to let it dry down a little bit more, but all my pores are blurred. It has not settled into any fine lines whatsoever. My skin looks pretty much airbrushed. And so, yeah, I think it's definitely full coverage. Let's get the rest of the makeup on. I know that if you're just here for the foundation review, I don't know that I can get a wear test in, but I usually update the description box. But based on my first impressions, I can definitely highly recommend this to you guys. Definitely. Oh, and it's so soft. It's like a velvet matte feeling. So it's completely dried down. If you're dry skin, you don't necessarily need to set this. And if it's too matte for you, you find it drying, just go in with a hydrating primer and see if that makes a difference. Really make sure you're doing your skincare very well. Moisturizing, exfoliating before going with foundation makes a world of difference in how the application of the foundation goes, and also just how it wears, how it looks. And make sure you're taking care of your skin. Otherwise, foundation's not going to lay perfectly on it, and you don't have a smooth canvas or anything like that to really test, to really put a foundation to the test. You have to make sure you're up on your skincare game. Moisturize your under eyes. If you have, issues with drying concealers, it could be just a moisturization issue. Same thing with foundations. But for right now, I'm super, super happy, 100% confident that I would recommend this to you guys. I love that it has set down completely on its own. It's not dewy or anything, but it's not completely flat matte. So it's sort of like a demi matte or a velvet matte, something like in between there. You can still see I have a little bit of shine left to my face, so it's not completely flat. So let's get on, let me get this off my lips, and then let's do our concealer and the rest of our face for my audience that loves to do that with me. And if you're here just for the first impressions, I highly recommend it to you. Go out, get a sample at Sephora, test it out for, those samples last like a week. You can get 3 samples at a time. So you can get 3 samples of different shades because it does oxidize a bit, and try it over a week or 2 and see if you really do like it. But I'm loving this. I mean, I look completely airbrushed and flawless. I want to see how the rest of the products lay on the skin, so stay tuned for that if you really want to see how every product lays and the end result with all the makeup on and up close and personal. Now the foundation's off my lips, you guys can look up close. I think it looks so perfect. Don't you? I'll show you in natural light. I know I said that in one of my last videos and I totally forgot. I wish you guys were here to remind me. Going in with the Rimmel Wake Me Up Anti-Fatigue Effect and Radiant Glow Concealer. Have you guys seen this anywhere? I'm in the shade Light. This is a first impressions on this concealer as well. Looks to be a good shade match, but not a lot comes off on the doe foot applicator, and I have a feeling that this is going to set down rather quickly. So before I let it set, I'm just going to blend one eye at a time. Any type of concealer where not a lot comes off on the doe foot, I recommend doing one eye at a time. Those tend to be kind of drying. I don't know that about this. Again, this is the first impressions of this concealer. So far, I mean, that's full coverage. It looks amazing. It's very lightweight. It has a slight scent, but nothing out of the ordinary. It almost smells like Tarte Shape Tape or the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, something like that. Nothing crazy like the Catrice Camouflage Concealer. Now that has a strong scent. I'm just going to highlight my nose, not the tip of it because it's already big enough. We don't need to emphasize that. I love this shade. It's not too bright on my under eye, and it's highlighting just enough on my face. So I love that. I can highly recommend this so far. I'm loving the way it's sitting, but I do have to take a look up close just to be sure that it doesn't settle into the fine lines. And I want to test it without setting it first. So let's have a look. This has completely airbrushed my under eye. It's not creasing whatsoever. I don't even think this would need to be set, to be honest. It is so flawless on my under eye. You guys, I just found a new favorite concealer. I know I said that about the CoverGirl, but this stuff, try the Wake Me Up Rimmel. Just look how flawless this is. Holy shitsies, I'm impressed. To set everything down, since I'm oily, I do set my whole face. I'm going to go in with the Huda Beauty Pound Cake setting powder. This does have a stronger scent, so if you are sensitive to smells, you will not like this, I don't think. I don't smell it on my skin after I put it on. Like it's not super heavily fragranced to that point where I'm going to smell it on my face all day. But yeah, I'm just going to set the rest of my face, really pressing in the pores to really airbrush and mattify everything down. I'm oily in the summer and dry in the winter because it just gets so humid here. So of course my skin changes. And sort of the Huda Beauty has this net, so it just kind of gives you powder. I don't notice that it's really helping me get powder out of here. It's just kind of flying everywhere. But yeah, I'm really pressing this in the skin. Really airbrush it and mattify it. If you're on a budget, the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder is my all-time favorite. I really love that. So let's see what it looks like when it's set with powder. See if it settles into the fine lines or anything, if it's different. In fact, it looks so much better. Oh my goodness. It's like someone painted a portrait of me, and that's how picture perfect this is in real life. I can see no pores, nothing, no texture. Wow, I'm so impressed with that concealer and the foundation. So let me go ahead and start putting on my bronzer and my blush, and I'll take you along with me. But right now, what I do to lock in my makeup for the day to make it sweat proof, crease proof, budge proof, transfer proof, and to help the foundation not separate or anything, is I go in with a setting spray. And I always go in with the Gerard Slay All Day setting spray in the scent Rose. It's my favorite. Now this stuff is great for oily skin. It really sets the makeup better than the Urban Decay All Nighter, in my opinion. I love this stuff. If you use Nakia Joy's code, it becomes 2 for $22. So that is like drugstore price for a very high-end brand. And this stuff is not so intense where, you know, as soon as you open your eyes, it's like stinging the eyes. No. I just opened my eyes. It's perfectly fine. It has a cooling sensation. I do enjoy the cooling sensation. But yeah, with that setting spray, I still have a slight dew to my skin. So again, it's not a flat matte. I'm really impressed with this. I can't recommend it enough based on off my first impressions to you guys. So I hope this is helpful, at least in some way. For bronzer, I'm actually going to go in with the e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer in Forever Sun-Kissed. I love this, and I'm going on, I don't know what this brush is, but yeah, this Primer Infused Bronzer is such a great sort of cool and warm tone at the same time. It's just the perfect shade. I love this, and I forgot how much I loved it. But it lasts on the skin all day since it is primer infused. Just going to do under the jaw, under my lip. But do you guys just see how wonderful that looks? And it's e.l.f. It's so reasonable. They have really stepped up their game with their products. Absolutely loving the way this bronzer looks on my skin. Very healthy looking. For blush, I'm going in with the Milani shade Coralina with my e.l.f. stipple brush. This is very pigmented. And the Luminoso is just not dark enough for me at this moment, so this blush is so pretty. I'll just go over my nose. These dogs literally bark day and night. I'm like, it's constant. Forehead. Look how gorgeous this blush is. I mean, just look at that. And of course, I'm going with my favorite at the moment, the Illuminate from Nakia Joy Cosmetics. I'm also wearing the Vanessa lashes from her line. Going in with Glimmer and Gilded. I'm just going to take that and run that. A little on the cheeks. Oh, look how beautiful and stunning and just glowy this is. Oh my word. Little on the chin. Cupid's bow. I'm going to put a little bit on my inner corner. For what's on my eyes, it's the ColourPop Sweet Talk palette. Oh, I just took way too much. The ColourPop Sweet Talk palette. So look at this. How stunning is this highlight, guys? If you haven't tried a Nakia Joy cosmetic product, you're totally missing out. Anything I've ever tried from her, I've absolutely loved. And I'm going to be reviewing her sponge, her setting powder, and her naked lashes. Like, they don't have a band on them, so they're the bare lashes. For my lips, I'm going to be taking the Maybelline Color Sensational, and I'm going to line my lips with that, and I'll be right back. For my lip color, I'm going with the L'Oreal Color Riche in the shade 900 Glossy Fawn. It's one of my favorites. Ugh. Perfect glossy nude. This formula has been my favorite for a long time. I just could never find it, so I had to go repurchase it. And I know I had two glossy fawns. Then I have Shining Peach as my second favorite. So once again, we're going to lock down our makeup with the Gerard Slay All Day Setting Spray. Highly recommend this brand. So, so good. So yeah, my first impressions are this is a very lovely foundation. It looks perfect on the skin. It's not too matte. It's not drying at all. It blurs every single thing on my face. It looks completely flawless. Everything applied very nicely over top. There were no patches or anything. Guys, my face looks completely flawless. Let's get a clip in natural lighting. So guys, here's what the foundation looks like in natural lighting. Even more beautiful than downstairs. It looks perfect, completely airbrush looking. So yeah, I will let you know in the description box just how it wears. I hope you guys love this video, this first impressions. Subscribe to my channel if you are not already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.